Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Hey guys, people here, and so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna do a farm run, right? But that's not important. What's important is the commentary that I'm gonna do over it. So I'm gonna be talking about the integrity update that Jagex just released, or the old school team released for RuneScape, old school RuneScape, and yeah, let's get going. So they finally got rid of splashing, and a lot of you will be like, why you got rid of splashing? Dude, splashing the way it is bad. Like it's always been part of RuneScape, yes, but it's never part of RuneScape without random. So that argument is invalid. Splashing is bad because it hurt the nature rune market, as well as it saturated the market with a bunch of high level 99 magic people that really didn't earn it. They just basically AFK the whole damn thing. It's the same thing when Nightmare Soul Guttons. Like, I'll get to that in a minute, but basically it's a good update. Yes, it didn't really pass a poll, but that's the big consensual thing that we have to talk about. Sometimes it's like any other government. The majority of people can't always decide what's right because they're always looking for what benefits them, and sadly, the majority of people are just too selfish to see the big picture, or they see the big picture but they want to benefit for themselves for now, and then fix it later on. Well, you can't have that kind of mentality if you really want to change things, because then you can say that, well, how come you benefit that we can't benefit later on? So it's bad mentality, and it's a bad thing to do. It's selfish, and that's why things never change, or things just get worse. And that's why you can't have a government or a ruling body of power or whatever by the people, the majority, because generally they're selfish and undecisive. At the same time, though, it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword because, yes, people are selfish and decisive, but at the same time, they have what they want, I guess you can say. But at the same time, what they want is not what always was right, you know? It's like the same thing with Jagex, though. If you give all the power to Jagex, they do the same thing. They do what's right for them and not care about the community. So, but I think a perfect balance would be what they just did. Oh shit, I picked up potatoes, my bad. What they just did, because they didn't change everything. The next thing they did, what they talked about was real world traders through staking and stuff. And that is actually I don't really mind it much because I never really knew about it, sadly. But basically, people are buying gold, and they put out the front that they're staking it, right? They're staking, but they're buying gold. Now, to me, this is it's logical in a way. You can say it's them buying gold basically for cheaper than you can buy a bond, right? But same time, it is against the rules, and you're not supporting the main game. Damn, forgot the super compos. You're not supporting the game that way, right? And that's why we pay membership, because we support the game. We love the game. We might not like RS3, we don't, but hey, that's something we have to deal with. So as a company, I can see why they did that, and you will see later on if you scroll down this page, right here. You guys can see it, right? Let me move it. Alright, screw it. Basically, splashing, Nightmare Soul, commission staking, but then they talked about gold swapping. Gold swapping, it's basically them saying that they're not gonna change it. Like, you can still swap gold from RS3 to old school, and I personally don't like that. But what can you do? You can't have everything. And basically, that's a cop out to basically say that they're doing it so they can kind of profit from it, which is like, at least they're being upfront about it, you know, kinda. But you can't really patronize them because they're a business, you know. Yeah, I'll just keep it too. The next thing is Nightmare Zone AFK Guttons. So this should have been dealt with a long time ago. It's bad, really bad for the economy. Now, a lot of you don't see the big picture. So let me explain it for you. People that just plain do AFK thing. Yes, it's you have to have 70 across the board and have Guttons, which requires you to play the game to get money to buy Guttons, etc. Or you can just pay by real money, real world trade the money to buy yourself enough money to get Guttons that way as well. But which is something people do. So what I'm trying to say is that people that do this, yes, it's it takes a while to get there, but that doesn't change the fact that it should be encouraged or it should be done. Because Nightmare Guttons, what it does is it saturates the market with high level accounts, right? That can participate in high level PVM that does not require a slaver level. And what this does, it basically, like a good example I'm gonna put you right now is God Wars. God Wars is saturated right now. The items are like going to value like so much. Like eventually, the prices would have gone there anyways, unless there was like something added to them that degrades them or etc. Or change, But eventually, like the item will go into the market, and like eventually, a lot of items will go in the market. But the problem is that with Nightmare Sword Guttons, a bunch of accounts just got really high level, and without really doing anything, without earning it. And what this did is it made a lot of high level accounts that can participate in God Wars, and basically all these accounts just got a bunch and participated in God Wars and got the drops, right? And because these accounts really shouldn't have been there at level, they saturated the market with all the drops they've been getting from God Wars that they haven't really earned. They shouldn't even been there. And this hurts the market for the legit players that actually work their ass to train their account. Like me, I've never done Nightmare Sword Guttons. All I've ever done is Slayer and training on Jagex or whatever when I was a Circuit Pure. That's when my Slayer level's not that high because I was a Circuit Pure and I didn't Iberson though, but I trained on Jagex for a little bit. So yeah, that kinda did that. Because when I did my Nightmare Sword account, Nightmare Sword wasn't been out yet. So yeah, that's the bad thing about it. But again, people don't care. It's like that. If you guys remember, you guys have been playing long enough, you will remember that there was this a really efficient way to train magic through Nightmare Zone, and people didn't want that gone because they benefited from it, right? And it was bad. I never did that because I saw the big picture. It's like I don't encourage it. I don't participate because I don't encourage it because I see the big picture and I don't let my selfishness blind me. But people it's a good proven point that just people are selfish, and it shows that when if they polled it right to change it, and the majority didn't want to change it. It was like 65% or 70%, 65% think no, and 40% yes, change it. But people and like Jagex ended up having to, like the old school guys team on the poll. It's the negative effects of this and why they need to change it. But people were still too selfish and didn't care. All they cared about was themselves, and that really hurt. And it was hurting the economy really bad. Nature was going for like 150, 180. Well, no, they were going for like 180, just like very low for that time. Because this was like 6 months ago, I think. No, like 5 months ago, or something like that. So yeah, it's a proven point. So what did Jagex do? They saw the big picture, and I'm not saying they need to do this every single time. But there's a certain point you just gotta say people are too selfish, people are too ignorant, and you have to act without telling them sometimes, or you gotta act without their consent because they just don't see the big picture. They as long as the ends justify the means in a way, like it kind of is kind of worth doing. So there's that as well. And then they untradeable items in the wilderness. Another thing, they need to fix this. Personally, I want them to make it so that if you die in the wilderness with your items, you lose them. Now a lot of you guys just be yelling at me already, or you're probably already mad at me for what I've said, but it's the truth. You need to lose them, and along with everything else I said, because by not doing this, people can basically just like be voiders. Voiders don't ever really risk anything. They'll risk like 50k max sometimes, and that's if they use a glory. Or no, they'll probably risk like 70k max. Even that's with a glory if they risk it. But like circuit peers or me, like they'll wear their fighter, they'll work their fighter torso, right? Their gloves, and I think actually you lose gloves now, but their fire cape, torso, helm, the defender. So basically, you can end up if you get the fighter hat as well, because it's an untradeable thing. You only really risk your legs. You'll basically only risk 40k, Because people just use climbing boots and the gloves. Because you won't lose your fire cape, you won't lose your fighter hat, you won't lose your fighter torso, you won't lose your root defender. And what this does is it hurts the market from the rune market. And what I mean by this is rune plate bodies don't seem necessary for people to BK with now, because they can use a fighter torso because of the street bonus. But this hurts the economy because people don't buy the rune plates anymore. Rune plate bodies are just crashing. It hurts people that make rune plates. It hurts people that train Slayer and do a lot of cool scrolls because rune plate bodies are not worth what they should be worth. So that's bad. For the helms, rune full helms are not worth anything. Helmet SNS are not worth as much because people use fighter hats. For shields, rune kites ain't worth as much, etc, etc, etc. For the capes, so all the capes take it down. Skill capes, you don't see them around as much. It's big picture wise, it's not a good thing. And let's see what else is over here. Gold swapping, talked about that. Commission staking, number zone. Yeah, that's basically it. So the gist of this is, don't be mad at Jagex for doing this. It's something they had to do, and I hope they do more because I can already tell people are not gonna want to lose. The majority won't want to lose their fighter torso and all and stuff like that because they're too selfish to see the big picture, and people are also too selfish to see the big picture and got this AFK training. And that's why you see fucking Bondle's Guts are going for like 2.8 mil now. Sword Dome and Sword going for like 2.4 mil because a bunch of accounts that shouldn't have been at that level are ruining it for the people that play legit. If you say, oh, but we're too busy now, it's a different time. We don't have time to train for that. Well, guess what? Tough shit. We're all busy. Majority of us, we're all adults. The majority of us, and like the guys that did legit, like it loses the value. Like I don't understand. People are so because here's the main thing about Old School Runescape. People that usually do Old School Runescape, or one of the arguments for why they do Old School Runescape instead of RS3 is because it's not easy scape. It's not easy scape. That's what you constantly hear. It's not easy scape. Well, guess what? Nightmare Circuitants is easy escape. Splashing is easy escape. That magic thing that you could do in Nightmare Zone was easy escape. I swear, people I don't understand. Can't you see the big picture, people? But anyways, I support Jagex on their decisions, what they've done. I'm disappointed they didn't do more. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, or whatever. Leave me your comment below, or if you comment below with a sensible and decent argument or a comment, and I will respond and I will see you. But if it's just me insulting shit like that, I will just block him, or not block my comments, but I would just remove your comment or mark it as spam. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and see ya. Have a nice day.